Welcome to Satsang. So what is Satsang? I had that question before the meeting asked, and I said we'll just answer it here. And basically it comes from two Sanskrit words, Sat, which means being, and Sangha, which is a group or spiritual community. So basically we're just being together. It's very simple. The purpose? To find out who we are, really. Since we were children, our parents worked very hard trying to instill in us a positive self-image, which means basically that we were being taught to imagine ourselves in a correct, orthodox manner, that would be suitable for leading happy and productive lives in society. But is this learned me? Is this me that I've been taught? Is that the final word on the subject? Is that really who I am? And satsang is basically an opportunity to invite yourself, it's an invitation actually, to look within and see who you are. Prior to any learned or any ideas we have about who we are. In fact, the cardinal, I guess, question is, who am I? And as a criteria for asking these questions, what we do is we do a reality test on every idea, everything that comes up that is posing as I. And in the East, they have their sense of when something is real and not just phenomenal, is that that which is real doesn't come and go, has no beginning or end, and is absolutely boundless, as far as, spatially. Anything else, like, for instance, the body. Bodies come and go. These bodies, are born and they die. So that can't be the final word on who we are. As far as the mind is concerned, it's basically, it deals in subtle objects or thoughts or ideas, and it's been said that it really is a bundle of thoughts, but the thoughts are always changing. So that can't be who we are. So then who are we? So we just keep going through these ideas we have of who we are. We keep setting them aside. We don't have to do damage to them or anything, but just realize that they're phenomenal activity that are occurring within me. And we can basically know ourselves simply by being ourselves. What we discover is that the truth of who we are, the truth that we are, is totally without qualities, and this is what makes it confusing. So we can't know ourselves in the conventional way of knowing, because we know things we know objects by their qualities. And you're not an object. So then how would I know myself? Well, you simply know yourself by being yourself. You just watch the mind when it's not busy in supporting the idea of me. The mind relaxes. It still takes care of the needful. There's nothing to worry about. You don't become a zombie. You're still able to do your job. But you have 100% of your attention available to do just that. Where the rest, in the past when one is, living in support of an idealized me, it seems like that there's always the fear almost of being found out, because in our heart of hearts we know that that's not who we are, yet we try and foist it on the world as our act. In fact, I believe it's the Greek, I'm not sure, some dictionaries are different, but the word persona, which I guess is a root for personality, means mask. And basically picture people with our face, the face that we want the world to see, attached to a stick, and we've got it out there in front of us, and we're pushing it around, you know, saying, you accept this as me, right? You know, and if you don't, let's fight. So life can be very, very nice. That's one of the reasons for self-inquiry. And it may not be, but the truth of who you are, you'll discover is very, is unassailable. You know, the truth that you are is nothing can be added to you, nothing can ever be taken away from you, because you're that which contains everything. You're the space, you know, basically, you're actually the field of possibilities out of which space, time, and causation arise. So there's nothing to fear. And when fear drops away, it kind of gets automatically replaced by a certainty, this certainty of I amness, this certainty that this love of being is absolutely appropriate for this moment, now. And we find out, we discover that now isn't a moment in time, that now, and it is always now, right? That now contains the illusion or the movement that the measurement of change that time is within its vastness. Now I'm talking about time now as if it's an object, but really it isn't, because you and now are not different. There's a famous Rumi poem. I got it from Coleman Barks, his book. And in 1997 I had a stroke, and I was trying to get my memory back by memorizing poems. And there's actually two other characters other than Rumi, who was, of course, a famous Persian poet who had a fellow by the name of Husam that followed him around writing down everything he said. And he also alludes to a fellow by the name of Halaj in this poem, Halaj Mansour, who was martyred by telling the wrong people that he was truth, that I am the truth, you know, and that wasn't such a good idea for his body, at least. So the poem goes like this. In fact, the name of the poem is this. This we are now is not imagination. This is not grief or joy, not a judging state, or an elation or sadness. Those come and go. This is the presence that doesn't. It's dawn, Husam. Here in the splendor of coral, inside the friend, the simple truth of what Halaj said. What more could human beings want? When grapes turn to wine, they're wanting this, and when the night sky pours by, it's really a crowd of beggars, and they all want some of this. This that we are now creates these bodies, cell by cell, like bees building a honeycomb. The human body in the universe grows from this, not this from the human body in the universe. This we are now is not imagination. This is not grief or joy, not a judging state, or an elation or sadness. Those come and go. This is the presence that doesn't.